The borrower's counterstrike. 3 hidden powers to dismantle the banking monopoly. In the high-stakes theater of international finance, most civilians believe that once they scrawl their signature on a loan agreement, they have effectively signed their own death warrant. They imagine the bank as an all-powerful titan and themselves as mere ants waiting to be crushed under the weight of an interest rate. But what if I told you that the system is actually a house of cards? Every financial transaction creates 2 distinct entities, an obligation and a claim. While you carry the obligation, the bank is merely enforcing a claim. And in the cold world of commerce, a claim is nothing more than an allegation. If it is alleged, it can be disproven. The moment a lender demands payment, they are legally required to back that claim with documentation, accounting, and authority. This is where the borrower's leverage begins. And it is a game most people lose simply because they don't know they are playing. Power number 1 is the absolute right to demand documentation. Most people treat a bill like a divine command, but under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, debt is often just an alleged obligation. Think about it. Even a murderer can walk free if the evidence is sloppy. Why should your $10,000 credit card debt be any different? You have the right to demand the full transaction history, balance calculations, and most importantly, the authority to enforce the claim. A debt collector might have a spreadsheet, but do they have the original signed contract? Do they have the chain of assignment proving they actually own the debt? Simply sending a validation letter forces the enemy to burn billable hours and gather records they probably lost years ago. If they cannot produce the paperwork, the claim evaporates into thin air. Power number 2 shifts the battlefield to the accounting ledger. Every loan is, at its heart, a series of digital entries. Your promissory note is a negotiable instrument, an asset that the bank deposits to create the very credit they lend back to you. Because this entire $38 trillion national debt is essentially a giant accounting exercise, the math must be perfect. You have the power to review and audit the accounting. Are the interest calculations precise? Are the fees contractually supported or just made up to pad the bottom line? If the numbers do not reconcile, the claim is compromised. Financial claims are only as strong as the ledger behind them, and most banks are betting that you are too lazy to check their homework. Finally, we reach power number 3, the administrative process. This is the ultimate weapon for the professional operator. The financial system does not care about your feelings, your excuses, or your anger. It only responds to a structured, documented process. You win by following the rules of the game better than the bank does. This process is a 3-act play: the initial presentment, the notice of fault and dishonor, and the final default. When you send a formal demand for documentation under UCCC 3 to 501, you're not asking for a favor. You are issuing a legal command. If they ignore you or send a frivolous response, you move to the next stage. By the time you reach a default, you have built a mountain of evidence that can be used to negotiate from a position of absolute strength. Do not move blindly through the system like a sheep to the slaughter. The system is built on documentation, accounting, and authority. Once you master the administrative process, you stop being a victim and start being a sovereign operator. This isn't about avoiding legitimate responsibilities. It is about holding the titans of industry to the same standards they impose on you. The ink on your signature created the value in the first place. So why shouldn't you be the one in control? Stop reacting emotionally and start documenting professionally. The process is the win, and the truth is your shield. Please subscribe so you will be notified of new uploads. Press the like button. It helps our algorithm. Thanks for watching.